Hey friends, I'm here to do a quick color spotlight for you. I'm here to show you two colors and compare them. They're two Raquel Welch colors I recently reviewed. I actually did a comparison video of Straight Up with a Twist Original and Straight Up with a Twist Elite. And I got them in colors that had only one number difference in the color codes, but they are very different in practicality. So if you want to know more about the color Shaded Wheat by Raquel Welch or Shaded Iced Sweet Cream, then stick around. I will not only tell you about these colors, but we'll talk a little bit about colors on wigs and why it's so hard. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. I'm grateful to Name Brand Wigs for sending me both of these wigs so that I could do a comparison and also do this color comparison as well. I'm so grateful for the support that Name Brand Wigs provides the wig wearing community via lots and lots of reviews because they're so important and so helpful. If you didn't see my video comparing these two styles, my favorite, one of my favorites of all time, then I will make sure that video is linked in the description because I think it can be really helpful to know the difference between these original Raquel Welch styles and then the elite version that they come out with for their best sellers. Let's talk about color. So one of the biggest concerns I hear from wig sisters is usually related to color, and color can be really difficult. One of the reasons it's so hard is it's a little bit in the eye of the beholder. There is some objectivity when it comes to color, but not a lot. What you consider light, I might consider dark. I might consider something a light brown, and you might consider it a dark blonde. There is just a lot of variation. Some colors are obviously ashy, and some colors are obviously warm, but in the sort of middle ground of neutral, you might see a neutral color as more warm, whereas I see it as more ashy. So there is a lot of difficulty in describing these colors in these videos. I wrote a blog post and created a document, I call it a color index, where I break down all of the color codes, and so that you can at least start to understand how color is created within the wig world. And luckily, Raquel Welch includes codes with their names. So for example, this one is called Shaded Wheat, but the color code is RL14/22SS. RL, when it comes to Raquel Welch wigs, that brand means they're heat friendly. So if it's a regular synthetic, there'll be a different code at the beginning. So if you see RL and it's Raquel Welch, those are heat friendly fibers. And the SS at the end means shadow shades because these are rooted. So let's do that again. RL14/22SS versus RL16/22SS. That's why I wanted to get these wigs in these colors, because you would think they would be pretty close, fairly similar. We're only one color code away because the color codes in general go up by even numbers, 14 versus 16. But you can see they are nowhere near the same, not even close. So another thing that makes this really difficult is there's a lot of times there's some blending that goes on. So let's look at the description of these. That will help us understand that they've done some blending and it isn't just a pure 14 or a pure 16. So the 14, let me read for this one. Shaded Wheat, RL14/22SS. Warm medium blonde with medium brown roots. So the 22 is a champagne or an ash blonde. So the 14 is a medium ash blonde. The 16 is a honey blonde, generally, and then the 22 is a champagne or an ash blonde. So both of these have a 22, but it's that base that's the wild card. Medium ash blonde, 14, honey blonde. But let's look at the description of this one. That's really going to tell you that there's some blending going on. So the description, pale blonde with a hint of platinum highlighting, plus dark roots. So now you know that we've got some platinum highlighting, some different tones in here. So just reading the color codes isn't always enough to tell you. Sometimes the code is very descriptive and you know exactly what color you're going to get. But on wigs that have more than one color, so if you're going to get a 4, for example, then you know you're getting yourself a medium dark brown. But when you have a 4 / a 33 or another number, now we've got some blending going on, and it's very hard to know unless you see the wig what amounts were blended. How much of the 33 versus the 4? Where was the placement? I mentioned in my, let me throw on the shaded wheat. I mentioned in my review, and I'll put some side-by-side pictures on the end so you can really see them side by side. I mentioned in my review of these styles that Raquel Welch is known for bringing their highlights to the front. You can see all that highlighting. That's that 22. They do that on rooted pieces so that you don't see the dark knots and the lace front looks a little more natural. But the trade-off is the wig can look a lot lighter if they do a lot of those highlights in the front. It can really make a huge difference in how that wig looks. So again, my point of this video is to give you a sense of both of these colors, but also, sorry, somebody's making a delivery, you can hear my dogs, but also, they get louder the closer the delivery person is to the door. To give you a sense of these colors, but also to explain why this is so hard and why reviews can be so important if the color segment is done well, because you can't always tell by the color codes or the description what that wig is actually going to look like. So that's the shaded wheat. So if you are a platinum blonde, you love bright, nearly white blondes, iced, shaded Ice Sweet Cream might be for you. And I do believe there is an Ice Sweet Cream that is not rooted. I'm almost positive. Don't quote me for sure, but I'm pretty sure. And all of these colors don't come in all of the wigs. So for example, you might look at a wig and see that there isn't an Ice Sweet Cream without the shaded, but that doesn't mean another style won't have that. So I would look at any of them if you don't want the rooting. And so if you don't like the super white platinum blonde, this is not warm. It's a little warm. It's not super warm though. There's a little bit of warmth in here, but I wouldn't really call this a warm color at all. But if you don't like the super white, you like more of a kind of almost a light brown. It seems like there's a little bit of a light brown in this one. It's warm. It's dynamic. Then maybe the shaded wheat would be a good color for you. Let's get outside so you can see these colors outside. Let me know if you have any questions. I really hope this helped. Hope you have a good day, and thank you for watching. All right, I'll show these separately out here, and then I will tack some side-by-side pictures out, or at the end, that were taken in front of a giant window, so natural light. It's kind of hard to get really good pictures in such direct sunlight. All right, let me switch it up. Direct sunlight, not a cloud in the sky. I really love this color. You know, Shaded Biscuit has been my favorite Raquel Welch blonde for a while. I'm gonna have to compare these because this one, Shaded Ice Sweet Cream, giving it a run for its money. Thanks for watching. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.